Hello everyone, and welcome to Shelf Space. I'm your host, Ross13, and I thought I'd take a little break from the older Beast Wars toys to bring you something a little bit newer. This is Decepticon Hotlink from the Netflix War for Cybertron trilogy line. Got this guy a little while ago, and I finally got a chance to take it out of the box and show it off to you guys. So first, let's go ahead and take a look at the box. So inside we got Hotlink and his two partners whose names escape me, but we'll see them on the other side. We got a neat illustration of Hotlink looking very much like Skywarp, basically. On this side we have the names. So here's Heatstroke and Heartburn, which are hilarious names. Now, I gotta admit, I wish there was something a little bit more different between the two of them other than the color of their visor, but you know what, whatever. We got cool CAD illustration of the of Hotlink with his robot mode and his vehicle mode. Then on this side, got a very cool monochrome version of the artwork from the side of the War for Cybertron, specifically the Siege line. Makes me think of those Mondo poster things. I may clip this part off because that's just super cool looking. I may want to hold on to that. On the top we got just Transformers, More Than Meets the Eye. Autobot logo sort of stenciled up there. Bottom, nothing but just the usual like manufactured stuff. So yeah, let's get this guy opened up and see what it's all about. All right, and here's everybody in their alternate forms. We got, let's see, this is orange visor, so that makes it heat stroke, and yellow visor, this is heartburn. They are in their gun modes, which look pretty decent, if a little bit oddly colored. I kind of wish the barrels were mirrored to one another, just so that way they would look a little bit different from one another. But not too bad. They both come with these orange effect parts, which can go on just the larger barrel. It doesn't really fit over the smaller one. And even then, these don't feel like they fit very well. It's a soft, sort of rubbery material, and I don't know if it just got stretched out of position or something, but they feel very flimsy on there. I suppose it looks kind of cool. I don't know if I'll really be displaying them with this. They'll probably go into a bin somewhere. Set these guys aside because here is the main attraction here. This is Hotlink. And I kind of like how they did the paint scheme here. He's very much airbrushed for the color. And it's even a little bit asymmetrical because you can see it doesn't go evenly across there. But you have this sort of gray bit and black bit there. And it looks really cool. And it doesn't have that weird weathering thing going on. Though I guess the trade-off is you have this sort of patchwork effect on the color. But yeah, I dig this. I have been resisting the urge to get some of the Cybertronian mode Seekers. Mainly because I was worried if I'd get one, I'd want to get all of them, and that was something I wasn't quite ready to do just yet. But when I saw this guy, I felt like I could maybe get this guy and not feel like I'd have to get all of the others. And I love the color scheme on this. Skywarp was always one of my favorite of the Seekers, next to Generation 2 Ramjet. So I guess something about purple jets with black, I like it. Now, if you want, you can have his little null ray things equipped here, or you can take these off and you can attach these guys here instead. Unfortunately, the way they have things set up, you cannot attach both. Also, the ports feel very loose. I mean, things are staying on, but I don't know how much I would trust them. So if I do display this guy, I'll probably have him like this, but I really wish there was some better way to have all the weapons on there. He's got all the ports, it's just the way everything is shaped, they're blocked. Really, I kind of wish there was some ports on the guns themselves that might help with this situation. But yeah, this just looks pretty decent, and I love the orange translucent plastic. It really makes it pop. You also have this weird orange bit here, which I don't know if it's mispainted on mine or what, but it looks a little messy, but it just kind of looks like there's a light there or something. But yeah, this part, pretty cool looking. These guys, a little bit of a disappointment, but I wasn't expecting a whole lot from them. But let's go ahead and get this guy transformed. Okay, so I've only transformed this guy like once, so bear with me on this as I'm trying to figure things out again. All right, everything is so locked down. Okay, we're going to open that up and over to help free that. And then we're going to lift this up and bring this down, and that releases the wings a little bit. And you can see that these sort of go underneath here on the nose cone, and we can free those up, and then they are pegged into these parts here and are not coming undone. One thing I'll say is that everything really does peg in very securely. There we go. Got one free. Let's try to get the other one. Just don't want to rip something apart, you know? That would not be fun. Goodness. There we go. Okay. Hopefully the rest of this will go a little bit smoother. Okay. So we're going to go ahead, move these up like that. As you can see, these are the arms, but they accordion down in actually a pretty cool way. Next up, we're going to go ahead, bend the legs out. Neat little feature here. The back of the legs here are sort of spring-loaded. So when you fold them up, they kind of get out of the way. But when they're in robot mode, they pop out, filling in the space there. That's a cool thing, and I kind of wish we could see that more often. Okay, we're going to hinge this up. Now we're going to rotate the waist around. Let's see. And let's go ahead. The nose cone should split. There we go. So that flips around like that, creating the little shoulder pauldron things. And oh yeah, let's get the head flipped up. Provided I can get my fingers in there. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. And there's a little flap down here. Sorry, I just realized some of that might have been off frame. I apologize. All right. So right here, there's a hole, and then there's a peg on his back. So we're gonna try to get those into position like that. There we go. That could thunked in there real hard. Let's see. Then we're gonna get the wings like this. I'm gonna have to adjust the camera soon because he's getting tall. Got his feet in position. There we go. And then can pull his arm out. Open that up. Rotate the fist out. Close everything back up. Very cool little setup there. Oh yeah, there we go. That clips in there and that goes there. So we have little thrusters back there. And now we have Hotlink in his robot form. Pretty cool. We can take his null rays and attach them on his shoulders. This shoulder in particular feels very loose. And now if you want, you can take the two target master guys and have him hold those. Go ahead and pop these in, I guess. Come on. And now he has all the weapons to go pew pew, bang bang. It's a weird color setup they got going here. I like the purples and blacks, but having the target master guys be this sort of seafoam blue green thing feels very odd when partnered with this guy. Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe they're supposed to stand out from him, but it looks weird. Now, we got this sort of oh, I don't have the chest down all the way. There we go. We got this sort of patchwork color thing going on here, which is a little bit off-putting, but it also makes him look a little bit different from your standard Seeker. So in that way, I kind of dig it. Also, in this form, we got a lot more orange going on, mainly just because we got these stripes here. That's pretty cool, and I kind of hope maybe if we see a repaint of the Earthrise Seeker mold, we'll see a version of this guy with the purple and maybe the orange stripe. That might look really, really neat. But everything goes together quite nicely and is pretty solid. The only off parts are the pegs here just don't feel quite right, but even then, they're not like falling off. They just feel a little bit loose. Articulation-wise, his head is on a ball joint, which allows for some nice movement all the way around and looking around. His shoulder is on a sort of universal joint, but you'll get some interference from the weapon, but you can take that off. Elbow is double jointed. Let me take this off. But a little bit limited. You can get a pretty decent bend though. Wrist rotation, that's nice. Waist, there is actually a waist joint, though the backpack does interfere a little bit. Legs, you can kick up pretty nicely. Decent knee bend, single jointed. Can not really kick back too much. Goodness, those things are just popping off, so we're just going to take them aside. Can do full splits, so Jean-Claude Van Damme would be proud. And you do have a little bit of an ankle tilt with the feet and some open and close there, partly because of transformation. So not too bad. You can get some fairly decent articulation and poses out of him, though the way the back feet are shaped, the backs of his feet are shaped, it does feel a little less than stable depending on how you do it. But yeah, overall, I like this figure. These guys, kind of a disappointment. And I do wish the ports here worked a little bit better, but I could potentially fix that myself if I really need to. Use some floor polish or something like that to thicken up things. But yeah, if you see this guy in the store, I don't really have a big problem recommending him to you, other than the fact that these guys are a little less than stellar. But this is a very cool mold, and I'm glad that I finally got a chance to have a copy of it myself. And let's just hope I don't go crazy and try to find others of it. So, oh wait, I just realized we need to show off these guys robot mode. They're so inconsequential, I forgot about that. Separate the arms, bring that down. There's a hinge here, so you bring the waist down, flip that around, and yeah. And they're identical in that respect. So yeah, they're not horrible, they're just not that interesting. Not that good. So these two guys, weakest part of the set, I'd say. This guy though, pretty cool, and I love the colors on him. They make me happy. Okay, that's been a review. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. Check the description below for links to my storefront where you can get official shelf space t-shirts and more. And yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you the next time you invade my shelf space.